Hello, welcome to Talkable Tips. These are really quick videos for busy parents. So today I'm going to give you a really short speechy session and we're going to focus on 3 core strategies that are going to help your child develop new words and to communicate with you. The 3 things we'll focus on are watching and waiting, focus stimulation, and also keyword signs. The activity today is bubbles and we're going to get this all done in under 10 minutes. So hang with me, and at the very end, you get to see me using bubbles in action with my little one. So today we're going to focus on communication, not just words. So sometimes kids will communicate with us in not the most functional ways. So it could be screaming or hitting. They do whatever they need to do to get their message across to you. What we want to do is kind of shape that communication and that desire to tell you something, to request something, to get your attention into really functional communication. And that could be words, it could be gestures or keyword signs. Whatever way your child communicates with you, that's what we're focusing on today. So the first thing we need to do is to build or work out what our core vocabulary is going to be for this activity of bubbles. And that really means what are the words that we're going to say over and over again in this activity in a natural way, because that's what helps children learn. And that's what focus stimulation is, saying those same words over and over again within the natural context of an activity that they're really engaged in. For bubbles, some great words are more and finished, help, my turn, open, and just the sound uh-oh or pop. So why did I choose those words specifically? Well, they're functional words that your toddler will use across many situations throughout the day. So more and finished are core vocabulary and words that I always focus on really early when we're learning new words or keyword signs. Open is another great one because you might need to help open toys, open packets, open the door. So teaching your child open is a great word. So think about that when you're choosing words for the activity you're doing. Think about how functional is this, and is this going to be helpful for my toddler to know across lots of different situations. The next thing to think about is getting set up. So you can see I'm sitting somewhere fairly boring today. What I want my toddler to see is that I've got bubbles and it's just really me and the bubbles. I want me and the bubbles to be the most exciting thing, and I want to reduce all those distractions. So I'm not doing this kind of in the toy room or in a bedroom where there's lots of other things going on. And even sometimes outside can be quite distracting for toddlers. So find a space like this that's kind of boring. The other thing we want to do is choose bubbles that are pretty hard to open, because at points in this activity, we're going to literally give it to our child and we don't really want them to be able to open them. I've got this big bubble wand, but actually those really little packets of bubbles that are just those tiny ones with a little clip on top, they can be really good because they're really hard to open and they're also kind of boring looking. The most exciting part comes when you blow the bubbles. And then we want to get super excited that we're going to play bubbles. So what we're going to do is we're going to open the bubbles, open the bubbles. Blow. Pop, 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 pop. And then we're going to close the bubbles up super tight and hand it to our toddler. Now what our toddler is likely to do is to try and maybe open it straight away, or they'll just give it straight back to you. And that's the opportunity for you to model those keywords you're focusing on. Help. You need help. Help. Open. Oh, help. Oh, help. Open. And then you might let them have a turn at blowing. What they'll probably do is go, and it will disappear. And again, you put the lid back on. You might say, uh-oh, and you give it back to them. And then you watch and you wait and you let them initiate communication with you. Now you want to do this in a way where your toddler's not getting super frustrated. So follow their lead, and if they need your help, you again model. Help, open, help. Pop, pop, pop. Now, what you want to do is you also need to watch and wait and see how your toddler's engaging. If they start to get disinterested after 1 or 2 turns, you move on. You really want to stay with your child only for as long as they're willing to do it. You can never force a child to communicate or to request unless they are really motivated. So keep that in mind. Now, the most important thing to remember in this activity is that it's not at all about how many words your child says, how many sounds they make, or if they're using keyword signs. The key performance indicators are all about you, okay? So what I mean by that is that how many times did you model the word in the natural way? How many times did you show them what the keyword sign was? So they're important things. How engaged was your child? So did you manage to keep their attention, keep them coming back for more? That's another great indicator of success. And also, did you stop, wait, and watch your child? Because those pauses are opportunities for your child to initiate conversation or requests or a turn. So it's really important to watch and wait. The other thing you can think about is how can you encourage these same core vocabulary or keywords in another activity. So for bubbles, it might be bath time. And you can even actually do the bubbles in the bath because low mess, your child's there, they love interacting with you, and it can be a great time to focus on keyword signs and new words. So let's see all of this in action with Ella and I playing bubbles together.
Oh, look. Hi. Okay, here's your bubbles. Hi. Yeah, what do we do? Look, here you go. You want them high, but look, we need to open. High, yeah, we blow them high, but off. Open. Good talking. Open. Bubble. Bubble. High. Blow. Blow. This one, we need to open. Good talking, Mummy. Help. Help. Here we go. Hi. Ah! Bubble. More bubble. Hi. Open. Good talking. Open, Mummy. Help. Open. Blow.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. That really helps me get these videos out to lots of families. Families like you who really just might want some new ideas on how to encourage new words and communication with your toddler. And remember to subscribe so you don't miss future videos. I'm also developing a whole section on my website that is full of free resources, videos, tips, activities, songs, books, all of which help you build your child's communication skills. And I'll link to it in the description below. And if you've enjoyed this video, you may like to check out my video all about other free and fun activities you can do with your toddler. I'll link to it right here. See you next time.